And I believe, oh. We are waiting to see that we are on, and now we are on. We are live here at the Petaluma High School gym for the season opener for our Petaluma Trojans as they face the Terra Linda Trojans. So happy to bring this live to you. I know, 2 Trojans. They played in football earlier this year. It was a really exciting game. We're hoping for the same thing in basketball. I'm Griffin Epstein.
I'm Monica Schmidt.
And we are happy again to bring it to you. We'll be bringing to you at least 8 varsity boys basketball games live here.
Wow.
7 will be scheduled here in the gym. We have the Egg Bowl at Casa Grande this year, next month. We have that scheduled as well.
Egg Bowl?
The Egg Bowl in basketball.
They have an Egg Bowl basketball?
I know.
I didn't even know about that.
It's pretty great as well. We streamed it last year. It was a lot of fun. Trojans are looking for their 4th straight victory in that series after a long drought. Ooh. And girls basketball, we'll talk about that a little more later. We're live streaming 8 of their games starting Tuesday right here in the gym along with the Egg Bowl. So the Trojans are coming off a fantastic season, Annika. They were 16-13 last year, 8-4 in SCL. They finished 2nd in the SCL tournament, 3rd overall in league, and they returned a lot of their top players. There's a lot of excitement about the team, isn't there?
I can say that, yeah, for sure. It looks like there's lots of people out to support, and I see people just flooding through the doors right now. It should be an exciting match. True Trojans. And
the Trojans have a lot of key returners. Brendan O'Neill is the senior captain now for the Trojans. He returns from last year. They do lose Joey Potts, which will be a big loss, along with starting point guard Austin Peretti. But almost everyone else returns for the Trojans. That's huge. They had a very good team last year, and now they have all this experience to bring it back. They believe they have a very good shot at winning the SCL League title for the first time since 1992.
1992. Wow, that's a lot of years.
Yeah, we weren't born then, were we?
25 years.
Good at math.
Ish.
So it's been some time since they won SCL, and this is their last chance before a league realignment next year.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
So annually expected to be a little less down. They lose a lot of those top players. The Trojans could not beat the Tigers last year. It was rough. This year they hope for that chance, but they're going to get a good test tonight against Terra Linda, aren't they?
I think so, because that's what Griffin wrote in the description.
So Terra Linda Trojans are coached by Jim Cronin. They play in MCAL, and they are similar to Petaluma. They return many of their top players from last year as well. They play in a tougher league in the MCAL than Petaluma, but so their season record-wise last year did not look strong. They just had 4 league wins, but they played some teams well. They beat the likes of Sonoma last year and Pioneer in preseason play, good teams in SCL. Yeah. So this is not a bad team that will come with a lot of experience. The Petaluma Trojans should be tested against the Terra Linda Trojans. I know it's going to be really complicated tonight with the 2 Trojan teams.
Yeah.
But
we just have to go blue and purple.
Could say that, Petaluma and Terra Linda, but it should be a good game. Both teams happy to play that, and it was also a good start for the JV team tonight as well.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. We won up 73, I think, right?
Yeah, it was a dominant victory for them, and the Trojans did have a scrimmage on Tuesday night, the varsity team, against St. Vincent's, and it went very well.
High school.
Yeah, so they 55-25. They really rolled past the Mustangs. We have Jordan Zajon here, another member of Trojan Live, and so they rolled past the Mustangs. Last year when they played, that game was a lot closer, and granted it's a scrimmage, but having the blowout now seems to say a lot about the Trojans having a good chance for next year, as we have producer Matthew Columba fixing my cables. So we look great and happy to bring this to you. How many people we got tuning in, Matt? We'll check that out. Happy that you're joining us live here on the Saturday night. And basketball's in the air. 2 streamers already tuned in. We expect a big crowd for tonight. It's going to be a lot of excitement. We are under 3 minutes until tip-off. Just to talk about some of the other big contributors on the Trojans. With that big advancement over St. Vincent's, they blow them out this year after a close game last year. Looks like a high barometer. But Robbie Agzetta is my pick. There's always a breakout star on every team. Obviously, Garrett Freitas was the breakout star on the varsity football team this year. I'm picking Agzetta to be that breakout star for the Trojans. He's the only returning junior on the varsity team. He is a skilled player. He's short, but he can shoot it. He can move. He's very athletic, and I'm expecting a big night for him tonight.
What's his number?
Robbie Azetta is number 0.
Number 0. Okay.
Yes. We talked about
looking out for him on the court.
We talked about Brendan O'Neill. He is the team captain. He was the team captain last year, turns this year. He's the heart and soul of the team. He is the leader. He's going to fill the stat sheet up. He is going to do a very good job. Other projected starters probably will be Justin Wolbert will be the other guard. He's the starting quarterback for the football team as well. So a lot of experience there. He really excelled late towards the end of the season. A strong shooter in his own right, especially from downtown. And so the Trojans are expected to have a point in offense. Their concern might be in size, but they got a transfer from Cardinal Newman this year. Kenny Alexander Jr., he's a center. He could provide an impact. And a couple other players, George Tynes was brought up from JV. He's a tall center. So they're hoping those could be important X factors as we look over the course of this season and getting that size and trying to get that. We're hearing the whistle. Let's head up top. We have Cameron Grant running camera today for us. We're going to hear the national anthem in just a moment, and then it will be tip-off, and the Trojan season will get underway. Head coach Scott Bears for the Petaluma Trojans. He's done a wonderful job, hasn't Coach Bears, Donica?
That's what I hear.
Yes.
He was the coach last year, right?
He was third year, and the Trojans really I mean, this was a boys basketball was not a very successful program, to be honest, in Petaluma. They did not make NCS from 2009 to 2015. Since Coach Bears took over, 2016 and 2017, in those 2 years, both years they made NCS.
Wow.
So they should make NCS this year, looking at the expectations. So very high hopes. One note, Trey Davis not playing tonight. He's in a boot.
Oh, no.
I presume that's an injury from the football season. Do not know. Let's listen to PA announcer Michael Barabal.
Terra Linda Trojans and your Petaluma Trojans.
Cracks me
Turn up
up.
Nate a little bit so you can hear PA. Can we turn up Nate a little bit so you can hear PA better? Yeah.
Can you see that the dawn's early light was somewhere here at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare bursting gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
I believe that was we back up more on us. I believe that was Violet Deerdorf with it. And here are the starting lineups, so let's listen in.
Number 11, Marcus Zeedham. Number 22, Jeff Graves. Number 32, Blake Preston. Number 30, Nick Cox. And Reese Ford. And now the start lineup for your Trojans. A junior, number 0, Robbie Izetta. A senior, number 2, Whitaker Ellis. A senior, number 3, Jack Anderson. A senior, number 11, Brendan O'Neill. And a senior, number 35, Devin Gottschall. Coached by Scott Bears, assisted by John Bears, Steve Hart, and Andy Yockey.
All right, Onika, we're ready to go. So the starting lineup to reiterate for the Trojans, it's Robbie Izetta. Whitaker Ellis, an interesting choice to play at guard. He is a senior, didn't play too much last year. Also speedy, sort of similar to Robbie. We'll see what he can bring tonight. And then we have Brendan O'Neill, of course. He'll start at small forward. Did not mention Jack Anderson before. He played a big impact last year with that size. He will start at center. Devin Gottschall, who's power forward, but he's actually a pretty sharp shooter. So he's a good three-point shooter. It'll be interesting to see. Trojans win the tip, and we are underway. The 2017-2018 Varsity Boys basketball season officially here. A lot of excitement in the air.
Devin Gottschall shoots, but it just misses.
Gottschall's 3 rimmed out, but we talked about he is going to have a lot of three-point shots. He had a couple big games. It was Hillsburg where he went off at least 3 3-pointers, if my memory serves right.
For Terra Linda.
That was that Corey Swenson.
3 points for Terra Linda, then.
With the 3. And not too huge of a student section tonight, Onika. It is Thanksgiving, but they've come.
Could have hoped for some more.
A little light press by the Trojans. Izetta tosses it around to Ellis. And the Trojans' ball movement really improved late towards last year. They had to work on turnovers. You can't give those easy points away. But O'Neill driving to the rack is often effective, and you see it there. The strong drive, and he'll head to the line for 2. So we are underway. 7:14 remaining here in the first quarter. Each quarter 8 minutes. O'Neill sinks the first, and he's close to automatic from there. Don't want to give him the jinx from the line, of course.
Yeah.
And I did, but Jack Anderson, the offensive rebound. He's the tallest player on the court. And then we're going to get a jump ball, I believe. Or no, a foul. They're going to call as Anderson pulled it down. The foul on Lechner, the Terra Linda center. So Anderson will get 2 from the line. Not as good of a shooter, this senior center. 6'4", 175. Whew. With Joey Potts gone, who was 6'10", he's now the tallest player on these Trojans. Splits the pair in 3-2. And a full-on press here to start by the Trojans. No problem for Terra Linda breaking it. Ooh. And a hard drive, and a good job by Gottschall standing up strong and taking the charge. Nick Cause, the point guard, didn't believe that was the correct call, but that is what they rule. Back to Ellis. And already a quick 3 fouls on the Terra Linda. That will be something to watch. More swinging it around the perimeter. Good ball movement to start by the Trojans, Onika.
Lots of passing, lots of chest passes.
3 ball by Izetta is short. He's going to hit those. And a really nice pass into O'Neill. He tries to make the extra pass to Gottschall. And a physical start inside. Talked about Trojan's size isn't necessarily a huge strength, but Terra Linda's pretty short on their own end. So the Trojans are going to try to take, Petaluma Trojans that is, going to try to take advantage of the forest of trees in the paint. was a little too much lingo there for you.
Yeah.
I apologize. Annika hasn't seen as much basketball as I have, so we'll try to keep it not too high basketball lingo. Gottschall splits the pair. Trojans get another offensive rebound. O'Neal hits the floor. He got the offensive board there.
Ooh.
Trojans will reset with Izetta. It's a 35-second shot clock, same as college here in high school. Trojans just swing it around the perimeter, looking for a gap in this strong zone defense by Terra Linda. Batted off the side of the backboard. It just falls to O'Neal. Then this has to be exhausting for Terra Linda. Finally a travel on O'Neal. But it has to be exhausting for Terra Linda. They are playing minutes upon minutes so far of defense, just trying to stop the Petaluma.
I see that. I mean, it looks exhausting from both ends to me.
I certainly expect to see some rust and some growing pains by both squads, even though they're experienced. Speaking of growing pains, there's an over and back by the point guard Zidane, or the shooting guard Zidane. And 5:51 remaining in the first. And the student section providing the chance, Annika.
I'll have
They
to
swing
leave
it
out
into
those
Anderson.
Trojan chants tonight.
And that was a good job by Terra Linda with that zone defense. They really shrouded Anderson, quickly got the double team, and it was a rough shot. And the ball trickled out of bounds after it wouldn't fall. Spin move by Zidane. Tried to go up. Anderson blocked it. That was the right call. It was not up and down. And battling harder, both teams so far. Bodies on the ground. This is a strong effort by both teams. Offensive board again. And it's just been, so far, it's been one loose ball after another, Annika.
What was that call? What's he calling?
So the ball went off on the Trojans, but just a scrum in there, isn't it? Looks more like a football game at some points than a basketball game.
Yeah.
And the foul on Ellis before he had the nice block.
Okay.
Terra Linda will take it out. Shot clock reset. And both teams needing to work down on pulling down those boards. Boxing out is not one of the easiest things to do in the world, especially early in the year. Pickett swings at the elbow shot for Harvo. He hits. Couple
That
subs
gives
in.
them another 2 points then.
Couple subs in already for Terra Linda. Anderson tries a three. Off the back iron. He thought about it again. Anderson, a talented big man. He's pretty versatile. He can even take it up the floor if you want. But they do miss Joey Potts inside. The 6'10 player at Oregon Technical. Izetta is going to have to keep on shooting those threes. That one rims out.
Oh.
And again, really strong zone defense by Terra Linda. Helped force the tip, and then they just couldn't corral it. Trojans reset. This is going to wear down Terra Linda, though, if they're going to have to keep on staying on defense for so long. Just defending a fast ball-moving team like the Trojans. Ellis, not much of a threat to shoot, so he's going to be much of a decoy out there. The ball movement is superb. They just haven't generated good shots for the Trojans.
Back to Terra Linda with the ball.
And another turnover. Sloppy shot by Carbajo wouldn't fall. Head coach Scott Bears is in third year after he took over for his father, John Bears, who's now an assistant. We talked about all Coach Bears' success as Anderson goes in, and that time he gets the roll.
Oh, that was us. We scored points.
Yes, and a good move by Anderson. Able to back his way in before they could get the double team on him, and he's just the bigger man there. A scrappy foul there, ticky-tack on Izetta. Second foul on the Trojans in the quarter. And we'll have a substitution for Terra Linda. Martinez comes in and will try to refer to Terra Linda and Petaluma for both teams, but a warning that Trojans is mostly going to be Petaluma. So we have two Trojans battling it out on court, and that was Martinez who really crossed himself up. 3-ball, no good. Izetta pulls down a board. It was Carhart who couldn't hit. You have a almost completely new lineup already out there for Terra Linda. Jim Cronin thinks they're pretty deep, obviously. 5 minutes in, and can dish out a 4 out of the new starting 5. Anderson hits this 3. And a good start for Jack Anderson. He has 5, and a hole in the zone defense. Anderson's gotten those outside shots. And Martinez is just doing too much for his own good right now. The senior 6-foot point guard. But he crossed himself over so good before that. The student section almost dashed onto the court. They were so excited, Annika.
Yeah.
And it's starting to fill up there. I know it's still Thanksgiving break, but they're coming out and supporting the Trojans.
Ooh, just missed it there.
Rims out from Gotchall. That's his favorite corner. That's where he will get hot in this gym, on that right corner on that side of the court. That would be the west side. Good hands by Ellis. They back it in. Terra Linda, shots have been much quicker. They try to get into a rhythm, but not the best shot from Matt Peters. Also starting quarterback for the Terra Linda Varsity football team. Anderson keeps on shooting threes. Another offensive board, and it falls in the foul. Devin Gottschall. Already the 5th offensive rebound by the Trojans so far. This has been impressive on the boards. If they keep on doing this, it's just going to be exhausting for Terra Linda to continue and defend. Garrett Freitas enters for Izetta. And it looks like Gehring will enter in a moment as well. But not with the missed 3 throw now by Gottschall. Watkins and Gottschall had the reach inside on Pickett. 1:51 remaining, 10-5. Jack Anderson with 5 of the points so far for the Trojans. Gottschall's hit a 3. He will exit, and Gehring will enter. So you have Ellis, Gehring, O'Neal, Anderson, and Freitas, and Terra Linda throws it away. And Freitas will take over the point guard duties. A little bit similar to Ellis. He cannot shoot unless he has improved since last time I saw him on JV. Ellis tries one, but Freitas uses that athletic skill that he has on the football field that we've seen on Annika. As O'Neal wide open. He normally would hit that, but can't. But Freitas in the open court can really push the ball. He can pass the ball, and he can really become an issue for the other guards on just containing him, and he could really help solve this stiff zone defense for Terra Linda. Another foul, and they have been calling this pretty tight so far. That's on Anderson. 1:27 remaining here in the first. And a hard-played first quarter. Both of these teams have had a long off season, and now it finally really counts, and they want it to pay off. Ellis, great hounding defense. Cause almost lost it, but they got to Watkins. Pretty raucous atmosphere for Thanksgiving break. It's tipped out, and almost a good hands play in the stands. They just couldn't corral it. They were close though, Annika. It was a good attempt.
Yeah, definitely.
1:02 remaining in the first. Terra Linda trying to get into an offense, but it's been a hounded defense by the Trojans. Aggressive, trying to force turnovers. And Terra Linda has been struggled to get into a rhythm. That one just wouldn't go down for Watkins. Freitas will force it forward. Trojans will try to go 2 for 1 here. Oh.
Yes.
What? Connection has been bad. Oh, Justin Langwell, of course, tuning in, a common basketball viewer. And says, go Trojans. As Freitas gets the steal. And that's the issue with Garrett Freitas, that he'll have to be careful with. Just throws up a crazy shot there. He's got to know he's not the shooter. Got to pass the ball out, but lucky goes off Terra Linda, and the Trojans can hold for this final shot of the quarter. A low-scoring start to this one. Ellis takes and hits. A set shot, and that was a sweet stroke. Shot clock wasn't out. Terra Linda could throw one up. Just too strong from Carhart, and a good start so far for the Trojans. 10-5. We are ready, so we have
16-5.
Oh, I'm sorry, 16-5. Yes. So Justin Langwell tuning in. It looked like we had 3 viewers on right now, which is great, and we hope to get more as the season and the game, of course, progresses. So feel free to comment in the live chat. We'd love to hear from you, and like and subscribe. And we have a lot of other stuff on our channel as well, Annika.
Some quality stuff. We got podcasts. We have our daily morning announcements. We have all the old sportscasts that we done. Definitely check out some of the football stuff. I know that was a blast for me, and I think you'll enjoy it too.
And all the football games from an exciting football season, including the NCS playoff game where the Trojans fell short. We have all the basketball games we live streamed or went out on the road and covered last year as well. So get your fill of basketball right here on the Trojan Live channel. We hope you enjoy. And so far in this first quarter, good start by the Trojans, really starting with their defense. They were being really aggressive with Terra Linda and forcing a lot of turnovers, a few offensive rebounds early as we're going to head back on court. A few offensive rebounds they allowed, but they've already started to cut down on that. And with all the Petaluma's offensive rebounds, Terra Linda just not getting a lot of time with the ball. Off balance was Peters. He's an athletic player, and he gave the Trojans football team fits in that thrilling victory for Petaluma. While a nice pass from Ellis to Anderson, and they extend the lead. 18-5. 3-ball way too strong, but it meant that Carvalho could get it back. And right now the size is really impacting Terra Linda on their offensive end. They are struggling to hit among the trees, and they have not hit any outside shots so far. It's going to be hard to find where they go to look to generate offense right now. It wasn't a pretty shot by Anderson, but again, the air balls can work sometimes, and it falls right into the hands of Gehring, who gets his first points as a varsity basketball player on JV last year. And now a timeout. Terra Linda and head coach Jim Cronin, 20-5. The Trojans up in front and starting to get into the rhythm offensively. A little slow start, but you expect that jitters in this first game.
Yeah. I can see that, and I think Terra Linda is going to try to come back any moment now. Yeah. They seem to have renewed their fury at the beginning of this quarter.
And as an experienced team, they're not going to be phased by much. They will certainly battle, and they have some athletic players, but right now the size, the difference on the Trojan defensive end. And if this defense for Petaluma can play like this throughout the season, you're going to give a lot of teams fits trying to score, how aggressive they've been with a man-on-man defense. And the zone defense for Terra Linda, often that just takes time to break, is another turnover force. Gehring there. Often the zone defense just takes time to break, and Petaluma's started to figure it out already. Gehring's line drive, too strong. Terra Linda got a couple points in the first quarter by pushing the ball. settling into their defense. They haven't gotten anything. Another ticky-tack foul called. Izetta second.
How many do you get? How many do you get?
5 fouls and you foul out. So players do need to be careful. Terra Linda's made the trip about 30 minutes north from Marin County, and they brought a fair amount of supporters in their blue and yellow, and a walk. Nice by Robbie Travel. A nice play by Robbie Izetta to pick up Carvalho, who's had a frustrating night so far. A lot of turnovers. And add another one there. 20-5. Petaluma in control early here. Freitas driving in, but he got caught between 3 Terra Linda players, and they get out on the break, and that was very nice. A nice pass from
The long
Zedin,
pass.
and Carvalho lays it in, and head coach Scott Bears will call timeout. His assistants, along with Father John Bears, who was the longtime coach for the Trojans, but they struggled. They barely got into NCS. They were often not competitive, but you see a lot of the shirts saying "buy in" for Trojans. It's saying you're going to buy in on this program. This Petaluma varsity basketball, boys basketball, is now something to believe in, something to be competitive, win league, and they become the best basketball team in Petaluma, and they're really growing impressively, and that has been a big change over the last 5-10 years, and a lot of credit obviously to Coach Bears for changing the culture. But I think a few key players, Joey Potts, going back a little farther, you could find some on the team that won the SCL tournament that made a big impact, and obviously Brendan O'Neill, another of those players that has been so instrumental in changing the culture of Petaluma basketball. They go back to the well to Anderson, and he will get to the line. Eight returning varsity players on the squad. They lost 4 seniors last year. We mentioned, if you weren't here earlier, Joey Potts, the big center, now playing at Oregon Technical University, got a scholarship there. So
wow.
He was an outstanding player, but Trojans are showing they can maybe have what to do to make up with it with size. Anderson could be a big part of it. He splits the pair there. 21-7, looks like a football score again. Trojans do not get back there on the break, but was just missed by Watkins. Petaluma head the other way, but transition offense so far the only thing that Terra Linda has gone going offensively. Nice move by Izetta. We talked about his handles. His father, the head coach of the freshman team, and didn't get to play a lot last year, but it was big just to be on varsity for him and get that experience. Gehring almost falling down, hits the 3. Garrett Gehring also on the varsity, likely on varsity baseball this year after a JV season last year. And Terra Linda really trying to push the pace, try to get their offense, but it's just not working. We do. There is a shoe on the floor. Could you catch whose shoe is it? It
11.
is Terra Linda. On the break, it was Marcus Zidane's right Nike white sneaker.
You should tie them a bit tighter.
Slip right off. Yeah, he slipped that right back on. Seems a little dangerous if you ask me.
Careless even. Yep.
Producer Matthew Aklemba agrees, doing a great job along with cameraman Cameron Grant tonight. We got a full crew here for you. Freitas' layup wouldn't fall. It's not a smart shot again.
Oh.
Got to know his role.
Terra Linda loses control of the ball.
Another turnover. What a pass from O'Neill. So comfortable. Ellis gives it right back. They have a clear chemistry that's been established playing for years together. Goes far back from high school. Zidane is battling hard, and he gets the foul.
Was that a foul?
Foul on O'Neill. Zidane
He was just standing there.
Might have been some contact on the body. It was close play, though. Zidane will head to the line, and the student section will make some noise. Matt, make sure to check the comments and see if we have anybody checking in on the live chat. Student section doing their best to distract Zidane, and in and out. 4 viewers tuned in currently.
Wow. As the game gets more exciting, I guess the viewers are just flocking in.
Yeah, happy to be joining us on this
Hey,
Saturday
one
night.
more shot.
24/7, and today in one more opportunity.
And he makes it.
If you didn't hear earlier, head coach of the JV team, Braden Ross's squad, blew out Terra Linda, as the Jim Cronin, the varsity coach for Terra Linda, will use another timeout as he is trying to stop the bleeding here early. But offense has been hard to come for the Terra Linda Trojans, and Petaluma, keep on mentioning, great job defensively, but the offense starting to get going. See Brendan O'Neill, the hard and center, he hasn't come out yet. He pretty much will play the whole game, and so key to everything the Trojans do offensively, defensively, and especially a leader now that you lose those seniors. Joey Potts, we mentioned. Austin Peretti really broke out last year at the point guard position. They lost him along with Colin Stremlau and Benny Spalletta. But they get some new exciting players. We've seen Gehring already with a good start along with Freitas. And if the Trojans can continue to extend their lead, we should be able to see many other of those new players late in the second half, which the Trojans would like to do. They have some time off before their next game. It will be December 5th at Novato, and they played the Hornets last year and won relatively easily. So I'll be on the road. We'll sure to report from that game, but Trojans shouldn't have too many problems against another team from Marin County, but not a top program, the Hornets. Ellis, second three, and that's good to see his shot going. He just didn't shoot a lot last year, nor really played that much in big moments.
Must have been working on that during the off season.
Definitely has, and see a lot of the players putting in work, improving, which is so fun, as that will stay Terra Linda ball. So fun to see the players come back out for another season and see that hard work, as you said, that they put in the gym and in the off season and practice, and now it pays off. That's so huge.
Must be a good feeling out on the court there.
Really inspiring. Zach Clark has entered the game for the first time. His first varsity appearance, the junior. Martinez hits. That was a three. Make it 24-10, and Terra Linda gets into double digits. So it's Clark, Ellis, Gehring, Gottschall, and Izetta. O'Neill takes his first seat. Good hands there, but Gehring maintains it. Was pressing in for the first time, who caused the deflection. Gottschall thought about it. Elects to drive instead and kick it back out. More hounding defense and more double teams. They try to stick it inside. Clark diving on the ground and showing that effort. Zidane spinning and wouldn't fall. A lot of shots, though, have not fallen for Terra Linda tonight. Izetta's three ball. Left it short. Approaching halftime, and might try to grab a few exclusive interviews if we can at the break. And then after the game, as we have a foul here on Clark on Martinez, we'll of course get players with the stars of the game on Petaluma, and we'll hopefully get a chance to talk with head coach Scott Bears right here. We're looking forward towards that.
So we have number 23 there on the free throws. See if he can do it. The student section is being quiet. He does not make it.
In and out from Martinez. Ellis, what a nice looking drive, and the foul on Zidane. While you talked about it, Whitaker Ellis has really put in the work. My guess for breakout player was Robbie Izetta. Last year was Austin Peretti, who was a senior point guard. It might just be Whitaker Ellis the way he is playing to start. An outstanding looking shot.
I'm quite impressed.
Yeah.
Okay, now he's up on the free throws. See if he does.
Worked on that as well, and clearly spent some time in the gym. Just shot after shot, and that's what we have to do in basketball. It's a nice pass ahead to Zidane, but Anderson said it's not going to be that easy. a 20-point lead for Terra Linda, or excuse me, for Petaluma. Clark tight defense. And another ticky-tack foul. They've called those all night. And that's get Terra Linda now in the bonus. This will be a 1-1. I believe it's tie-dye themed tonight.
Yeah.
For the student section. And as we mentioned, Tuesday night, if you did not hear, live stream, Varsity girls basketball team opens up their season as the free throw is no good from Watkins. Offensive board by Zidane, who's been everywhere, giving a good effort. But Varsity girls basketball live stream opens their season Tuesday night. That's going to be really exciting, Annika. Head coach John Ratchin comes in for his second season. Last year was rough, there was no doubt about it. But this should be really exciting this year. They return pretty much everyone as Clark saves it, but right to Terra Linda, and they will head the other way. Varsity girls basketball team should compete. They should be much better this year. So looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Zidane hits, foot on the line. They'll call it a 2. Under 1:30 to go here in the first half. Thank you for joining us live here from the Petaluma High School gym. It's Petaluma Varsity Boys Trojan basketball team facing the Terra Linda
Bad
Varsity
decision by Whitaker Ellis
Boys
there.
Trojans.
Should have gone for the shot.
Couple turnovers here by Petaluma. Needs to be more cautious with the ball. Terra Linda could certainly get back in this game. Offensive foul on the screen. He went over, did Zidane. Actually, they're going to give it to Presson. His third now. And Zidane takes a seat and gets a polite applause from the Terra Linda supporters that have made the 30-minute car trip north. Clark got it stripped. Tried to get it to Izetta, but lost it. He's been rough going so far. Carhart going hard, landing him to the student section. Gottschall couldn't get to him. Gottschall, also a member of the varsity baseball team, a two-sport athlete, and a strong batter. Third baseman. So this is, sorry, Kaez, 2 at the line.
Easy money.
The student section trying the silent treatment to see if that works for the free throws. Not sure it does.
I'm not convinced it matters really what the student section does. Terra Linda doesn't seem to mind.
All sorts of strategies. There was a sneeze. 30-14, Terra Linda was trailing by 22, but a 6-0 run here. Bunch of turnovers by Petaluma, and they've chipped it to a reasonable deficit. And a little bit of momentum as they head into halftime. Anderson trying to stop that, but off the mark. Martinez heading the other way. One more bucket would be huge for Terra Linda, and they get it. 8-0 run, Pickett off the glass. And they finally have settled into an offensive rhythm, gotten those shots, and a little bit of confidence has been key. Shot clock turned off. Should be the last possession here. Ellis, an aggressive move, not caring for the shot clock, but Whitaker Ellis. My goodness gracious. What a game he is having to start. Terra Linda does not realize the clock is running, and they're just going to have to lock one up. Kayas gives it a go. Too strong, 32-16. A big shot there by Ellis to break that streak. It was an 8-0 run, but a good job by Terra Linda. This game is certainly not over there. They showed they could play. As we will switch it back on to us, we'll see if anybody stops by for an interview at halftime. So don't go anywhere. I can't promise we'll get anyone, but we'll see.
We have Petaluma up 16 points to Terra Linda 16.
Yeah, so, and Terra Linda chipped back there, as we mentioned. So this is definitely not over. And we mentioned Justin Langwell is tuning in, and he always tunes into all the basketball games. So thank you to him and all of our viewers who are turned in right now. He was wondering about our Thanksgiving. So as we tune to that, and we want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving and a happy holidays as we tune to that, as Isaiah Blomgren is here. Would you like a quick interview? Sure. All right. Is it okay if he takes your seat? All right, we're going to have a quick interview with Isaiah Blomgren, who had some very exciting news just 2 weeks ago. You want to get the handheld mic? Cool. All right, we're going to get the handheld mic
Here you go.
in just a moment. As hi, honey. Trojans lead 32-16 here over Terra Linda. And we will talk to Isaiah Blomgren, who a star wide receiver on the varsity football team, but also as he's gotten the mic here. And okay. All right, ready to go. So we'll talk about your lacrosse scholarship in a moment, but first the football season ended, and you had an outstanding season. How do you reflect on your football career here?
Honestly, I just gave it all I got. Had a great year. Honestly, can't wait to see what the young guns bring, like Jacob right here. But honestly, great overall season. Looking forward to college, moving on, but I'm never gonna forget it. It was so fun.
And so if you don't know, Isaiah, thanks, Jacob. Isaiah, it was 2 weeks ago, you signed your letter of intent to Mount St. Mary's that's in Maryland for lacrosse. Tell us a little more about that and how you made your decision to go there.
I toured the school once, fell in love with it, and then the coach offered me a spot on the team. And honestly, it was a dream come true. I actually received my acceptance letter today, so it was pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be hype.
Were you getting interest from multiple schools about your lacrosse skills?
Yeah, I had some big-name D1 schools like I was talking to Marquette for a little while, and Towson and Maryland, but none that I really wanted to pursue because my major, I followed my major, and I didn't really want to go to a school that was huge like that, so.
How important was it to get a free ride to school to play sports, but also to get a quality education?
Honestly, the sports really just helped me get that education that I'm seeking. I'm gonna major in computer science, which is gonna be great. But honestly, sports is gonna be sports are my hobby, so I'll never forget that. Keep playing sports and hopefully kill it.
And lastly, varsity lacrosse team coming up in the spring. What are your expectations for this season, especially as now one of the senior leaders of the team?
Varsity lacrosse this year is going to be big. I think we're going to have a great team with like Luca DeBono, Ian Lynch, all those guys. Nick Dooley, stud defender. We're supposed to be good this year. We our class, senior class, is going to be sweet. So looking forward to big things happening in the season.
Looking forward to it, Isaiah. Thanks so much.
Of course.
All right, that was Isaiah Blomgren. You can get back in here, Annika, and we can talk a little bit about Thanksgiving. But first, thank you again to Isaiah Blomgren for sitting down with us. Not expected that, but he is truly one of the special people here at our school. Just such a nice, friendly guy, and was really great to see that he signed his letter of intent to Mount St. Mary's to play varsity lacrosse there. He gets the free ride. Oh, can't hear Annika. Now you can hear
I
it.
just said that's great news.
Yeah. But he gets the free ride to go there, play a sport he loves. He's really an outstanding player, and it's going to be exciting to see what the varsity lacrosse team does. He's also so athletic. He was really the only wide receiver on the Trojans that could make a really big impact, and he was huge on them having a successful season. He had an outstanding catch in that NCS playoff game against Akalani's. If you remember, you could go back on our channel and check that out. It was a outstanding leaping catch. He is an outstanding athletic player, and good luck to him in his college lacrosse team. College lacrosse career, and Mount St. Mary's has a really good team. They make the NCAA tournament in Division I lacrosse a lot. So excited for him.
You just know that off the top of your head. Wow.
I do. And you have more thoughts on Isaiah. He's one of the more gregarious, nicest people on campus, I would say.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've been seeing some good basketball out here all day today.
So thank you to Isaiah again. Do you want to join us, Cameron? So we have Cameron Grant with us, Matthew Columba. Justin was wondering about our Thanksgiving. Before we had Isaiah come on for our exclusive interview, we were wondering about everyone's Thanksgiving. We hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. How was your holiday,
Mine
Annika?
was fantastic. My mom actually barbecued our turkey this year.
Oh.
So we had a skewer
well.
going over the barbecue as rotisserie. It tasted really good. I like it better than the oven baked.
How about you, Cameron?
I had a lot of turkey.
A lot of turkey?
Favorite part about Thanksgiving is the sandwiches that you make with the leftovers after it's over.
And we got a chair, too. Sure. You're welcome to join us if you want, Matt, if we want to have a Thanksgiving roundtable here.
Come on, Matt, bring it in. Come on.
And we're 4:30 away from the second half of this
There he
one.
goes.
If you're just tuning in, Petaluma Trojans varsity boys basketball team leading 32-16. We're at the halftime. If you missed any of the interview with Isaiah Blomgren, we'll try to put that up on the show in the coming weeks. But you can also just scroll back on this stream, and you can check it out as we have many great students here. And I had a great Thanksgiving as well, as Matt joins us, our producer.
There he is, pulling up
and
a
he's
chair.
going to fix the camera. How was your guys' Black Friday yesterday?
Oh, that was fantastic. I drove all the way down to Corte Madera, got those deals, and then I came back to the Petaluma outlets, and I was surprised to find that those were packed. Just straight packed.
I was driving past the outlets to get to Target because I was just going to go down there just, Oh, we got...
How we doing?
Luca DeBono, another member of Trojan Live. How do you feel like the game is going so far in the first game?
Very much better executed than the last time I saw them. The offense is rotating very good. There are a lot of cuts and picks going on, and I think they're actually going to the rim instead of shooting threes all the time.
Do you want to come anchor for us?
One more question. What do you think about Whitaker? Ellis did play a lot last year. He's hit a lot of big shots. How much work do you feel like he's put in, and how big a contributor do you think he's
I've been playing with Whitaker this whole summer. I played with him, and he has a hoop at his house, and he's out there like 2 hours a day every day working. So I think that really contributed to his game, and he's doing a lot tonight. He's knocked down threes, and he's getting to the rim, and he almost dunked it, and I really want to see him dunk it by the end of the game.
Yeah. Thank you, Luca. Another member of Trojan Live. I bet he will join us for some of our basketball streams. I'm sorry. Back to your Black Friday story.
Cool guy. Yeah, I was saying I was driving past the outlets to get to Target to do some shopping, take advantage of some deals, and it was like backed up all the way to like the intersection.
Luckily, I came from the Petaluma side, and I got in kind of pretty easily, except they had the parking going one way around. They had a traffic cop out there, and you had to go one way around for the parking. And I was thinking, oh, this isn't worth it. I'm not even going to be able to find the spot because the regular parking was filled. I had to park on the grass by the highway to go get those Black Friday deals.
Wow. Yeah, I remember I was driving by coming back from Thanksgiving up in Santa Rosa at about 10 p.m. and Walmart parking lot at Rotor Park totally packed, and then they had the outlets were completely packed too. It was crazy how people spend their whole night like camping out and stuff.
Oh, no, traffic over by the outlets.
I don't think it's crazy.
Traffic over by the outlets was absolutely insane. I just drove by here just coming to Petaluma just for a second, and I could barely even get down on the boulevard because it was so backed up.
And how was your Thanksgiving, Matthew?
Pretty crazy. I was out in Sebastopol. Night started off, kind of casual, everything with that. Ended with a big giant food fight. My whole entire family on my dad's side. Even our 99-year-old granny joined the fun by throwing biscuits. So
it's a lot of fun.
It's very fun. Until the mashed potatoes came out.
Oh. I hope there was no cranberry sauce throwing.
Oh no, thank God.
I'm more of a rolls person myself.
Have you ever seen Blades of Glory?
No, but that's a good movie, huh?
It's a great movie.
Okay, good soundtrack.
Good.
Well, you definitely love the food, the family, the fun at Thanksgiving, and we hope everyone else had a great Thanksgiving.
Is another word that starts
and
with F.
football is another one that starts with an F, and I enjoyed the football as well.
I don't know much about sports, but I know a lot about alliterations. I'm Cameron Grant.
The first half.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thank you to Cameron. He's running camera. Thank you to Matthew. He's doing a great job producing.
All right.
And
less than a minute. We should get back to our job.
Yep. So we head back. Let's head back up top. We will head back up top. We are ready for tip-off and full student section tonight saying hello, and everyone's so friendly. A great student body, isn't it? $16 more minutes in this opening period, and it will be the starting lineup at the start of the first half. That will start this for the Trojans, who will try to reestablish that lead. Terra Linda win on an 8-2 run to close the first half after Petaluma got it out to as big as a 22-point lead. Ellison to Anderson.
It's a 16-point lead.
16-point lead right now.
Oh, okay.
What did I say before?
22. I don't know. What were you talking about? A different point in the game?
22 was the biggest lead for the Trojans. So this will be Anderson back to the line, and he's already been there a lot. And as Lucas said, just a lot of improvement from this team, from a lot of players. The ball movement has been absolutely superb.
Come short.
And it took a little while to get the ball movement to find those seams and those picks and to get those open shots. But once they have, it's...
There we go.
The offense has looked efficient, and it's just going to get better seemingly as the season goes along. Maybe not the best defense from Terra Linda, but a good start. And Anderson, another steal. And then Izetta walked with it. Other two assistants for the Trojans, Nick Iacopi and Steve Mayert. Mentioned the JV team blowout victory, and they also blew out St. Vincent's in the foundation game. Braden Ross, the coach for JV, and Andy Izetta, father of Robbie Izetta, the freshman coach, who also got a victory earlier tonight. Izetta launches a three, hasn't hit one yet. And Izetta hasn't gotten going just yet. Shot's been a little off. 33-16. It's cold, late November night. School resumes on Monday after students have had a week off, and I think, don't want to say that, but everybody's certainly enjoyed their break, haven't they?
A lot.
Martinez takes it forward, and O'Neill maybe doesn't show the stat sheet, but plays like that, he just towers over Martinez. He forces an ill-advised pass, and that causes the turnover. Just such a strong-willed player.
Terra Linda coach arguing with the referee.
A great heart, yes. A lot of frustration from the blue and yellow. Trojans continue moving it around the perimeter. Izetta the floater, that's well done. That's the development over the course of the offseason we've been talking about.
Just swooped right down in there.
Three ball off the mark from Carhart. I have 2 30s, so that's why I've been interchanging the names.
Yeah.
And it falls. And a foul. Robbie Izetta with a strong finish. He hasn't got it so far from downtown. Oh, I'd love a York.
Fine, thank you.
And Izetta has it downtown, but really some strong finishes and the contact there. Very impressive.
So do we still get that point even though there was a foul?
Exhaustion from the 5'7", 125-pound junior guard. The only returning varsity junior.
Another good shot.
And Terra Linda seemingly lost his offense once again after they found it late in that second quarter. Trying to get into that rhythm that they found, and it was effective, and they could stick with Petaluma if they can get that offensive rhythm. Too many turnovers, though, and saw it reoccur again. Shot off by Calles. I believe it's Calles, not Carhart, but I do have 2 30s, and Ellis hits another three. He is on fire right now. Timeout, Nick Cronin. And the Trojans have, obviously, Scott Bears as, let's flip it around. Scott Bears clearly talked to the team in the locker room. Maybe didn't play their best at the start, at the end of that second quarter. They have come out strong, especially on the defensive end. They've made some adjustments, and they are causing it to be misery for Terra Linda. And they now have a comfortable lead, and it's gonna, as long as they can keep this going, it will be a quick night for them and a really nice opening victory, which is what they want.
Yep, 26-point lead is not nothing.
Yeah, largest lead of the game for Petaluma. Appreciate you joining us here on this Saturday night as the drive falls. First points of
Terra Linda is finally able to sink one in. They've been struggling to get that through the net for this entire part of the second half.
Blake Presson. O'Neill, a probing drive, kicks it out to Gottschall, and he hits. Second three for Devin Gottschall. The Trojans really getting going from downtown. And this has been an impressive showing. The offense looking good. If they can hit from three, if they can finish, this is going to be a special team. And that's what the opening season is always about. All the hope and promise of a new season. And the Trojans are certainly bringing it to this gym. O'Neal got a piece of the arm of Presson. He will head to the line for two. Feel free to comment in the live chat. We know Justin Langwell is tuned in and keeping the chat going. Feel free to talk with him or talk with us, and we'll happy to give you a shout out.
Terra Linda misses the free shot back there.
Mark.
Not entirely surprising, seeing their attack record hasn't put them with very many points in this direction. Oh, and he makes it. There we
Any
go.
new comments,
Number
Matt?
22,
No.
whoever that is, from Terra Linda. Now we're moving back to the Trojan side of the court. That is Petaluma Trojans. We're seeing movement as they try to get in position to make a basket.
So Freitas on Izetta the guards. Izetta continues just to try the threes, but hasn't been able to get it to go. And a Euro step, and they will call the foul on the drive by Calles, the junior 5'9", 150-pound point guard. They have it all on Max Preps. It's a good site if you ever want to know more about any of the Petaluma sports teams. And Trojan Live, for some reason, doesn't offer enough to you. Max Preps often will have it, but we do our best to get you all the stuff. Ow. I'm trying to get people to watch. 4:40 to go here in the third. Izetta takes it off. And 44-21 as they throw it away. If we're doing sponsors now, I know All Good Driving School is our official sponsor. But if any of our viewers have a sponsor that they would like some publicizing, and Trojan Live doesn't do it better, we broadcast every morning to how many kids are in the school?
About 1,300.
1,300. 1,300 students will see your ads every morning. I know All Good Driving School's business is blossoming because students see their ads every single morning. And it would certainly be a benefit to your business if you do it for Trojan Live. And we'd be happy to also advertise on our live streams. NCS, we are not permitted to do that, but any other live stream we could advertise there as well. Yep. And we will certainly during the regular season expect for the Egg Bowl high viewership. We had over 100 people tune in to some of the big Varsity Boys basketball games last year, and we expect more of the same this year. Jumper off the mark, and a run Jackson from Jack Anderson. Fires up the student section. And they have had problems with Mr. Anderson all night, also on the varsity tennis team. He has been he's the tallest player on either team. And they've tried to double him. They've tried to work around him. They've tried to pick him. But he's just been unavoidable. Ellis, a strong defensive play. The offensive board fell to Presson, who lays it in. The lead cut to 21, but the Trojans, Petaluma Trojans, that is, on cruise control at the moment, halfway through the fourth. Ellis, oh my goodness gracious! Whitaker Ellis, you have to be kidding me. That is insane. Honestly, though, the practice, and Luca Dabana talked about it, hours on the driveway, but that move, the up and under, the finish with the contact, and the little roll with the spin, the casual free throw to make it an old-fashioned three-point play. And Ellis is looking like the next John Wall out there, Alonzo Ball. The skills he is putting out there. The steal by Izetta. O'Neal had a half dunk. He wanted it. Everyone wanted it. Trojans try to get back. They were a little excited. This place is popping now. Kick. Freitas. Three ball. No. They are still battling hard. Look like a foul on Presson. Oh my goodness gracious.
Lots of
That
energy
is how
in
you
this
get the
gym
crowd
tonight.
going, isn't it? I'll call it a dunk by O'Neal. It might have not been the smoothest, but he was able to get the rim. Not Joey Potts, who can really throw it down with the best of them. He'll get a dunk every game. The 6'10" player now gone, but O'Neal he's only at 6 feet, but he has the hops.
Oh, that's for
probably
sure.
throw one down if he'd like. But they've been trying to double team him. So Trojan ball after the foul on Preston. Now 49-23 after all that excitement. Oh, that's a sign of things to come. It's going to be an exciting season. Freitas can't finish. And timeout, Terra Linda. Even head coach Scott Bears is smiling, and he doesn't do that too much. But he is happy about what he is seeing so far. And goodness, Whitaker Ellis, that finish though, that was a big league finish, and goes from last year, didn't play that much, had a lot of time on the bench, but the work he has put in, and he is really looking outstanding, and he's doing it so nonchalantly, like he just expects it. And that could be huge for the Trojans. We thought maybe Robbie Izetta would be the person that would place Austin Peretti at that leadership point guard role, but right now it looks like Whitaker Ellis that is going to step into that role, and getting those big finishes is going to clear out space for the bigs to kick it out to them, people like Gottschall and O'Neal to get their open shots too. When you're going to face talented teams like Annalee that have those bigs, same with Healdsburg, another team in league that are tall, if Ellis could get in and those probing drives, you can really get those open shots and sparse out those defenses, get some space.
It's got a current score of 49-23 with the Petaluma Trojans in the lead.
Izetta's had some nice drives as well. As we're live here from the Petaluma High School gym. Season opener for both Trojan teams, Petaluma and Terra Linda. And waiting for the inbounds. Trojans mentioned at the beginning about us coming off a 16 and 13 season, 8-4 in league. It was tipped by Anderson. Meyer fell onto it. Here's Cayuse. Under 3 to go here in the third. And the Trojans did go to NCS, which really an accomplishment. Thank you, an accomplishment for Petaluma that they rarely made NCS. Is how much this program struggled. As a nice lay-in by Pickett.
2 points for Terra Linda.
They got a 14 seed, and they really didn't have any chance against an underseeded Moral Catholic team that turned out winning the state championship. So they got blown out, but nothing to be ashamed of in that one. They were just happy to be in NCS. But this year, who knows? This could be a 10-9. Maybe they could host an NCS game. I don't know when the last time that happened. Probably in the 80s when Africa was #1 on the pop charts. But we will see. It has been a long drought. As until last year, the first back-to-back NCS appearances.
Yeah, we do miss the rain down here, don't we?
The first NCS back-to-back appearances since 1991 and 1992 until the last 2 years, and make it 3 straight. Be very impressive. 2:20 to go here, and Africa references and 80s music aside. Trojans. Petaluma Trojans, that is, with a very strong start and a lot of excitement.
Brendan O'Neal drives it down the court.
Freitas showing off that athleticism. He just wants to pass it off. Do not shoot if you're Garrett Freitas. Just got to be smart about it. And certainly can develop as a shooter as O'Neal's off the mark. Ellis really was not much of a shooter last year, and now we've seen him become just absolutely on fire in this third and second quarter. And impressing everyone.
Good match there, Freitas and Terra Linda's number 11.
A nice pass inside.
It's good defense.
And a foul. No, actually, Cayuse, no foul, not foul on the shot by Cayuse, but on the loose ball. And 5 fouls on Terra Linda, 2 away from the bonus, 6 on Petaluma. 7 and you head to the bonus for a 1-on-1, 10, and that's the double bonus, and you get 2 shots automatically from the line. O'Neal will bring it up. Trojans leading by 24. Here into the third. Hey, Riley. Another wonderful player on our varsity football team, senior Riley Wisman, who I have the pleasure of having him in AP Stats this year. I'm in Spanish last year. He's just so fun to have in a class, and he just makes classes better. He really does.
Yeah, I know. He gives a great interview too. You can check that out.
He's one of my favorite interviews. Yes. And we're up to 7 viewers now, so we appreciate everyone tuning in. So make sure to like this video if you're enjoying what you see. We hope you don't. If you're not enjoying what you see, you can comment on the live chat or anything on the live chat, as long as it's appropriate. And you can check out all of our other basketball videos, sports. Annika mentioned we have a lot of other stuff. And George Tynes has entered number 40 as Ellis hits another 3. George Tynes, number 40, he's the big guy, has entered for the first time his first varsity boys basketball appearance.
We're down to the minute.
And as we're under a minute in the third, Tynes was not even on JV this year, but decided to try out, and remarkably, he made the team. And he's just a tall player, and there's not enough size on this team that he's going to create an impact. And he's a raw talent. He has some skill, and the Trojans are hoping to develop him. Sloppy transition there. And Tynes shows his skill with a nifty block on Carvalho. And the student section get it up and loud again, and they are having all sorts of reasons to make noise tonight with just some fantastic plays. Ellis hit another 3. We don't have a statistician, but he's got to be in double digits. Multiple 3s tonight for him. And we're talking about checking out our other videos. What else do we have on our channel, Annika?
Oh, well, you know, the daily morning announcements, as always.
Every single one?
Every school day, yeah. And then we have a few podcasts going up. We hope to get some more going. It's hard work getting that time outside of class where 3 or more people can cooperate and plan it together. So that's something we're hoping to work on.
Car hit both? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so our cameraman, Cameron, he actually has the podcast uploaded, the Podcast? Teapot Podcast. Okay, that's a tongue twister.
Off the mark by Freitas. Trojans pull down the offensive board. And if you subscribe to the channels, Clark is re-entered. If you subscribe to the channel, you'll get an email whenever we go live. So you will never miss a live stream if you're checking your email often. Oh, okay. So there's a notifications button on the channel you can press. So whenever we go live, you'll know. Shot clock turned off with 4.6 left. Trojans looking to get the last shot. 3 ball is good from O'Neal, who finally gets the shot to go down. He hasn't shot great tonight, but he's contributed well otherwise. The route is on, folks. 55-27, and
hey. So we have a note here from our producer that says Warrior 5230 is tuned in and commenting in the live chat. Welcome to another boys basketball season. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This opener is really exciting.
Yeah, and Warrior, another one of like Justin Langwell, who tunes in to all of the basketball games. One of our passionate viewers, and we always appreciate you so much. We do it because of you guys and the community for getting the chance to see it. And we want to talk a little bit about the schedule and we can talk about the live stream schedule as well. First, Varsity Girls basketball team, they opened their season Tuesday night here from the Hope Gym against College Park. And we mentioned second year for John Ratcha. They returned almost all their players, a lot of experience. Really excited to see what they offer. It's similar, a lot of expectations, but how are they going to look on court in a real game? They played well in the foundation game, but we will have to see how they actually look in a real game Tuesday night. Tip is at 7. We'll be going live, try to go live at around 6:55 here, a full broadcast of that game.
Yep.
And then we mentioned the Trojans Petaluma Trojans next game, December 5th on the road at Novato. Our next live stream for Varsity Boys Basketball will actually be on the road. It is the Varsity Boys Basketball Egg Bowl on December 12th. And that will be exciting, the huge rivalry. The stands are packed. It's much like the football Egg Bowl. It is so much fun. We have a foul
on the floor
as Freitas was trying to break away after he got the
to pick
steal.
it up.
It's been a physical game, no doubt. A lot of balls on the ground, offensive boards. 7:46 remaining here in the fourth, and Tynes remains in along with Clark, Freitas, O'Neill, and Gottschall for Petaluma. So don't miss that. December 12th, I believe that's a Tuesday against Casa Grande. We'll be live from the Casa Grande gym for the Egg Bowl. Trojans try to get their third straight, excuse me, in the series after they had a long drought where they could not beat Casa Grande. But they will certainly be the favorites, but anything can happen in the rivalry game. Trojans won as Clark gets his first varsity boys basketball points of his career. The Trojans split the series really with Casa because they played in the Brett Callahan tournament. They lost to Casa in a thriller, but then they beat them in the regular season game that was here in the Petaluma High Gym in front of a raucous atmosphere. It was one of the most fun basketball games I've called. So try to make it out for the Egg Bowl, but if you can't, we'll be streaming it. Indeed, getting those sides down. Good job by Annika. And then the Friday, the Trojans will travel. This will be a good test against Vintage on the 15th. However, before that, they are going to face some very good teams. The Rose City Tournament, which is traditionally hosted at Cardinal Newman, though they're due to the fires. I believe it's going to be at Santa Rosa High this year, and they will open against the Panthers of Santa Rosa on December 7th, a Thursday. Is really nice ball movement there, and Gottschall finishes, extending the lead to 32. They'll open against the Panthers. Depending on who wins, they'll get to play more teams, but there are always a lot of talented teams in that tournament. So they're going to get some really good tests. That will be Trojan ball after the missed shot. Gottschall will come out for Gehring, and Izetto will re-enter for Freitas. So that will be a big test. That is December 7th, December 8th, December 9th, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Well, we might try to make it up to one of those games. Certainly if the Trojans are winning too, who knows, the way they're playing, they could have a chance to win that all. Tynes couldn't hit, looking for his first points. A late foul called. Oh, and the ball thrown away by the Terra Linda player, and he almost knocked off the head of his head coach, Paul Cronin. That's not going to get you a lot of playing minutes in the future.
So now Terra Linda has 2 chances to get that free ball in.
It's Corey Swenson,
Hey.
6'4", to the line. And I did say Anderson is the tallest player on both courts, but I do have to say that I don't have a height for George Tynes, the Trojans' young center, but it's got to be pretty close to Jack Anderson's height.
His hair might add a bit. But
yes, and the hair helps as well.
So that's 2 points right there for Terra Linda.
So if my math's serving correct, a 30-point lead for Petaluma as they have clamped down on Terra Linda's offense, and a really outstanding performance, especially in the third quarter early, as we're going to have some more bench players come in. An outstanding performance, Whitaker Ellis, probably the star. We're going to try to talk to him after the game. Isaiah has finally got a 3 to go. He shot it a lot, and he finally got one there.
That makes it a 33-point lead.
Extending the lead, and this will, as we mentioned, will give the opportunity for Petaluma to test a lot of those
That's a miss.
Reserves and new
and then
players.
Terra Linda gets it in, and their second try over there.
The offensive board by
coming back to our side of the court. And a timeout is called.
Timeout, head coach Scott Bears, primarily to get some of those subs in. The starters will take a seat. We'll see some new players coming up. And want to thank everyone that has helped tonight. Matthew Kalemba, Annika alongside me, and Cameron who's doing a great job up top. All of our viewers tuning in tonight, we greatly appreciate it. You can always go back and watch this entire basketball live stream right on our channel. And obviously we wanted to mention that check out all of our upcoming live streams in the future. We're talking about the schedule for the Varsity Boys basketball team. They have the Rose City Tournament. They're at Casa. They're at Vintage, which is a good team as well. And Napa, they'll be in their league next year. And that will be a Friday night, the 15th. And then our next live stream will be the 19th against Napa. That will be the Tuesday of finals week. And that's another team that will be in their league next year, the Crushers. And they defeated Napa last year, but it was close, so that could be a good game. And then they finished the semester at San Rafael on the 22nd, a team they also defeated last year. Justin Wolbert has entered. He will get the foul. So Wolbert has entered for the first time. We have Teddy Critchett entering and Robert Holmes as well. All three of those players, really two of those players were on the team last year. Critchett did not play a lot. Wolbert got some good opportunity, and he can definitely shoot the ball. He's a good leader, too, as quarterback of the varsity team. That's the first free throw. Holmes was on varsity, but was pretty much inactive. He did not play the entire year. Had injury issues as well.
Sinks both of them.
We'll see what they can bring. Critchett brings a good size and a good physicalness, and things really changed in the starting lineup for Coach Bears over the course of the year. He found out new things about new players, and you can see the lineup change, and these are where the big efforts come out. You can get more playing time on a deep, deep Trojan team. Martinez shot doesn't fall.
A long shot, but it misses.
Holmes pulls down the board. Approach halfway through this fourth quarter. Don't forget to stay tuned after the game for live interviews. Critchett lost it. Senior and a member of our Trojan Live team, Teddy Critchett.
True.
Does a great job.
He does some great work for us at Trojan Live.
Yes. Terra Linda bringing in some of its reserves. Their next game will be against Albany at home on the 28th, and then they have a tournament against Drake. They're going to start off against Annalee.
Justin Wallert bringing it down to the other side.
Another tough game there for the Terra Linda Trojans. They'll be at home against Albany on the 28th if you're a Terra Linda fan. And then they will have a tough MCAL season. Redwood so good last year in that league. Critchett shot, wouldn't fall. Gehring a hard fought rebound. He gets it a second time, then he traveled. But they continue to fight hard, and that's big when you have a deep team and you don't get to play a lot. You're going to head out there and play hard in this garbage time to try to get those playing minutes, and that will improve everyone. We mentioned Kenny Alexander early in the broadcast. He is inactive tonight, but should see him soon. Excited. He brings both height and a lot of physicalness. He comes from Cardinal Newman, which has a great boys basketball program, the junior. So he should be a force, the transfer. Clark swings it to Wolbert. Gehring to Holmes. An aggressive move, and it just wouldn't fall for the senior guard. Also on the varsity football team, Robert Holmes. Pull-up three is good. Cause, and whoa, way too little too late, but Terra Linda hoping for more of that in the future. They just have not hit many outside shots, and they've struggled to bring it inside of the Trojans' physicality. A nice rejection there by Carvajo. Tynes will re-enter, the junior center. They get it into Wolbert. And a nice up and under move. It wouldn't go, but out to the line for two. 64-34. Trojans leading by 30. And we mentioned their first semester schedule over winter break. They'll head to the Clovis tournament. That's going to be a 4-game tournament. Should be a lot of good teams out there in the Central Valley. And then league starts in January 4th against LC Allen. And just to highlight a few games on their schedules, Wolbert makes both.
Yeah. Extremely consistent.
He is. The Annalee games are obviously huge. A rival, a good team. They're at Annalee on the 16th, January 16th. They're home against Healdsburg. That will be big. Healdsburg finished second in league. They beat them in an overtime victory in the SCL tournament semis last year.
Good shot by Clark there.
As, Terra Linda's got hot a little bit late here from downtown, their first threes of the game, but too late for them. But the Healdsburg game will be big here at home, January 18th, and then they face a really good Montgomery team non-conference on on February 3rd. That could be an interesting late season one, which could be big to decide their NCS playoff season as Trojans get a steal. And then it could be huge. Circle this on your calendar, folks. February 7th against Danley here at home. It will be senior night as Tynes' shot is rejected, still looking for his first points. It will be absolutely huge against Danley. There's a good chance it could decide who wins the SDL title. The Trojans could be looking for their first title since the 90s.
Yes.
Can't think of a song in the 90s that was #1 on the pop charts, but I bet there was one. Back in '93 when the Trojans last won SCL, they will be honoring all their
ball
seniors.
on the floor, and it rolls off the court.
There's 7 seniors
right
on this. 7 seniors on the squad, so that could be an absolutely huge night. And the Annalee games in the past have been rocking even when they don't have as much implications. And then they finish the regular season February 9th against Healdsburg, which could be an important one to deciding SCL. And Healdsburg gets some of their strong players back as well. Those should be the 2 top challengers. We'll see if Sonoma can bring anything this year. They've been a little bit down lately, but they always have some talent and battle hard. Hard fought there with Holmes and Matt Peters battling. 66-37, and continue to have many tuning in, and special thanks to Justin Langwell. Always does a great job keeping the live chat going and active, and keeping that participation up. And
oh, there it is.
Hope
Terra
you have
Linda.
fun and enjoy the stream.
It's 1 point. It's number 3 from Terra Linda doing
Peters.
shooting.
And he was the quarterback. It was a thrilling
1 out of 2, not too bad.
It was a thrilling varsity football game when these two teams faced. It was back and forth. The Trojans trailed by 12 in that game as Clark's 3 doesn't fall. A great battle by Critchett, but he couldn't pull it down. And it was quite a battle. Trojans trailed by 16 in the second half. They battled back. It just became an offensive shootout and a couple key turnovers. Riley Wisman, who we mentioned, had an interception. A lot of great plays as Clark goes hard to the rack. But they battled back. It was probably the most exciting, besides the Egg Bowl, the most exciting varsity football game of the season. They turned out winning 56-48.
Oh, wow.
And there was second half towards the end, there was just no defense, but it was a lot of fun to watch the offenses march down the field, and was really exciting that Saturday afternoon. That moved the Trojans to 3-0 before their exciting Egg Bowl victory after 5 years. Clark's first 3 throw is off the mark.
Better luck this time. And there it goes.
Splits the pair. And it'll be a clean sweep tonight for the Trojans, Petaluma Trojans. They defeat Terra Linda freshman, JV, and varsity all in season openers, and that's the way you want to establish the tone. All teams' next game will be at Novato on the 5th of December. It's amazing. We're almost in December.
Yep. The year has really gone by quite quickly.
So don't go anywhere. We're going to have live interviews right here.
Terra Linda sinks it.
It was Kaya's who hits. Live interviews right here with the stars of the game. We're going to try to talk to Whitaker Ellis after an outstanding game for him here in the season opener.
Running down the clock here. Let's see if the Petaluma Trojans get in 1 more point in.
And, of course, talk with head coach Scott Bears. Tynes going to hit offensive board.
There we go. Zach Clark.
His first points of his varsity career, and that's big. Shot clock turned off. Appreciate you tuning in. Varsity girls basketball live stream season opener should be a good one against College Park, who's a solid team. Should be a good test for the Trojans. Looking forward to it, so do not miss that. 4.2 seconds left after the air ball. Trojans can just dribble it out. They dominate Terra Linda tonight, 69-40. A resounding opening victory. They win by 29. Stay tuned. Interviews are next. Yeah.
my fault.
now we're both on. Now they can hear you.
I did a bunch of great talking. I was on it about all the things. Yeah, as I was saying, Petaluma did great tonight. Really saw a lot of offense and defense from our guys.
It's not.
I was particularly impressed with their offense, though. Just that driven ride down the court to their scoring side, and they just got it there and back. And even when Terra Linda put up a fight, it wasn't worth it.
Set up
It wasn't worth it for Terra Linda. They were missing, and they just couldn't get it down their end of the court. Our boys just put up great spirit, great fight, and I loved it. It was an exciting game. We're going to try to get some exclusive interviews. Yes. Okay. Bye, guys.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. 4, 5, 6. Testing, testing. And hopefully you can hear me. We're working on the audio, but we are gonna grab. We're gonna try to grab Whitaker Ellis and head coach Scott Bears after the Trojans roll past Terra Linda in their season opener. Thank you for sticking with us. Our audio's all good. They can hear me. All right. I will go. I'm gonna go check on the. I do see Joey Potts. I'm gonna check on the players. Could one of you grab the mic?
So while Griffin goes and checks on the players, I'll be talking for you guys. I was very impressed with the game tonight, as I think we're most of the people here cheering on Petaluma. Griffin is trying to round up some players. Hopefully we get an interview with maybe the coach. Here he is, Griffin Epstein.
Thank you, Annika. They are still in the locker room, so we'll catch them when they go out. But a great opening victory for Petaluma Trojans varsity boys basketball team tonight. They really got some breakout performances, especially by Whitaker Ellis. It'll be interesting what he says about the work he's put in and what he's going to offer to the team. As we always talk about the breakout players and how they change things, and so important. And we saw that early. We're going to see what we're going to see from this team, but it's a lot of talent. It's a physical team. Defensively very strong, but it looks like they have the ability to both shoot outside, and that should open up a lot of their good attributes inside, even with maybe some smaller size compared to the Annalee and Healdsburg teams. Jack Anderson, a strong game tonight. He should have a big impact over the course of the year. Still waiting on the players. Don't forget the varsity girls basketball live stream is Tuesday night against College Park. Tip will be at 7. We'll be live right around then, so don't miss that. And then the Egg Bowl, December 12th. That'll be at Castle live stream that. We have a couple more girls basketball live streams. I think we might have one before December 12th after their Tuesday game, but I'll be sure to let you know on Tuesday. I'm not quite positive about that, and we will have plenty of more live streams of both boys and girls basketball over the course of the year. Also, we're going to be doing 2 wrestling live streams currently on the schedule. Our wrestling team defending SCL champions. They should be very good again this year, so excited to cover them as winter sports are starting to really start up with fall sports officially over. Cross country finished their season 2 weekends ago in NCS. Players getting a long talk, obviously a lot to learn tonight, and certainly a lot of adjustments to make. You can't, all the work they put in, but now they actually see it turn out, and it looked good, but certainly many adjustments for head coach Scott Bears, which has made him so great. He's changed the lineup and changed things over the course of the year. Here, I'm gonna, okay.
It's live. YouTube. Trojan Live.
it again, though. I don't remember seeing that email.
All right. Is it Trojan Hoops?
Yeah, the 13th.
Okay. All right. Here with head coach Scott Bears after the varsity boys basketball team rolls past Terra Linda. It was the first game of the year. What did you learn about the team?
We're still trying to figure out really our rotations. We're pretty deep this year. Got a lot of guards. So we're trying to figure out really who's going to occupy most of those minutes right now.
Whitaker Ellis had a really strong game. He didn't play as much last year. What do you think he's going to bring to the team?
Well, with Whitaker this year, it's funny we talk about Whitaker. It's like getting a transfer within our school, the way he's developed over this offseason. He put in a lot of work, gotten stronger, faster, better with the ball, and we're going to rely heavily on him this year.
This team is, Petaluma program has not won an SCL championship since the 90s. How are you dealing with those expectations of possibly winning one this year, especially with maybe Annalee a little bit down?
Well, we have to take this one game at a time. We can't start looking towards February yet. We have to keep looking this one game at a time, 1 week at a time, and prepare for each game individually. And as long as we do so, I think we're going to have a good chance to do something special here. But we got to take care of business every night to do that.
Thank you, Coach Bears.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was head coach Scott Bears. Some of the players are here. I'm going to try to grab Whitaker Ellis. We'll see who we can get coming up next. All right, we are here with Whitaker Ellis, who had an outstanding game in the opener. Talked to head coach Scott Bears. He called you almost like a transfer student, how much you've improved over the summer. What went into that?
I don't know, just been working hard, putting up shots, getting ready for the season.
What do you think you can bring to this team and create a big impact?
Handling the ball well, shooting the ball, playing hard defense, just whatever I can do.
High expectations for the team this year. How do you deal with that?
We just got to play every game like we're playing the best team we've played this year.
Thank you, Whitaker.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was Whitaker Ellis. We're going to grab one more player.
So Cameron, how's operating the camera tonight?
It was awesome. I've never had so much fun watching basketball when I'm recording it. Hope I did a good job.
Oh no, you did a pretty good job.
Thank you.
All right, here we go.
Pretty good.
Pass it back to Griffin Epstein.
All right, we're here with Brendan O'Neill, captain of the team. What do you think you learned?
Devin's captain.
Oh, all right. One of the leaders of the teams, senior leaders of the teams. What do you think you learned about the team as the first regular season game?
I learned that we're not just a team that can score by running in transition. Like, we can set up an offense and hit shots. So we look pretty good tonight in our offense.
Whitaker Ellis really showed that he's improved a lot over the summer. What new things do you feel like he brings to the team?
I mean, he was hitting tonight, so he's a shooter out there. He's quick. He can drive, dish the ball. He's got it all.
You guys get a lot of experience back from last year's team and had some tough losses. What are you going to learn from that in preparing to some of your big games this year?
Yeah, we got a lot of seniors. I think we got 8 of them. But, I mean, we play really well together. So I just think as long as we can practice hard, we compete in practice, we're all playing for a spot, I think that'll translate into games and get us the win.
Thank you, Brendan.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that wraps it up for tonight. You guys want to come out here? Cameron Grant, Annika Schmidt. Thank you to Whitaker. Thank you to Coach Bears. Thank you to Brendan for the interviews tonight. And hope you guys had a lot of fun. Any parting words?
Have a good rest of Thanksgiving break.
Go basketball.
All right, don't forget to tune into our Varsity Girls Basketball live stream season opener Tuesday night. Also, Matthew Columba, great job producing tonight.
Thanks, guys.
And I'm Griffin Epstein. Have a very good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Adios.
I think that was patented, actually.
Yeah. They're all looking at that.